I'm the Lord Disney Plus with a live-action remake, as nothing grabs people like nostalgia, ha ha ha! Hold it right there, Mickey. The Mandalorian's views will obliterate the Lady and the Tramp remake's views. Use the Force, Baby Yoda. Woo!
It's a beautiful night, and we call it Bella Notte.
Disney should be taking advice from Thorin Oakenshield from The Hobbit. If Disney valued magic above gold, this world would be a merrier place. After one good Disney live-action remake last year, Maleficent Mistress of Evil, he lets us down once again. Disney. This was the movie you picked to launch Disney Plus? Fucking this. So, Lady and the Tramp, Lazy and the Turds, that is the title it deserves. Because Disney were both lazy, and they made a total turd with this remake. Saying this shit was directed, that is too generous, by Charlie Bean, who knows jack shit about the original Lady and the Tramp, and tells the story. There is no need to let you know what the plot of this shitty remake is. It's literally the exact same copy and paste of the original animated Lady and the Tramp, which you should be watching instead of this one. Well, on the bright side for us UK Disney fans, Disney Plus has finally come to the UK today, and me and my sister successfully downloaded it onto my PS4. So this should make quarantine and lockdown a more enjoyable now that we have plenty of Disney to enjoy during this time. But now I can't wait to review The Mandalorian more than ever. That is a TV show, not a movie, so I will need to see every single episode before I can review the first season. But Mandalorian should be a gift from Goz. In comparison to the first movie that Disney picked to launch and promote did Disney Plus, Disney have now released not just 4, but 5 live-action remakes in 2019 alone, if you count this one. We won't be able to cope with the number of remakes that Disney are forcing these rehashing pieces of shit down our freaking throats, like unhealthy food and snacks, to the point where we're going to feel sick of them. They wanted to kick off Disney Plus with a live action remake. Well, that is the worst fucking way you could have started Disney Plus. Why not? I mean, who is going to watch this remake over all the better things on there? But this remake, I finally sat down and gave it a watch today just to see how bad it truly was. And it was even fucking worse than I could have ever imagined. I mean, the only positive I can say is that it's not cinematic. So it's not forcing you to drive to the cinema and give it your cash to view it. At least you can simply just view it on Disney Plus for free. So you're not wasting so much cash if you hate it. So I may rank this as the second most bearable of the 5 2019 Disney live action remakes. But Lazy and the Turd is a remake that thinks if it's more photorealistic like The Lesser King, then that automatically makes it more mature and more sophisticated than the original, which it frigging doesn't. That is bullshit. Seriously, the CGI dogs are just as expressionless and as empty as the uh, hideous CGI lions from The Lesser King. I mean, even Buck from The Call of the Wild had more character to him. I mean, even The Call of the Wild was a better dog movie than Lazy and the Turds. Whenever we're supposed to sympathise with these CGI dogs in this crappy remake, we don't, because they don't act like they are feeling any sense of sorrow. They just have one fixed expression, and you need to give these dogs some character. Disney even telling the narrative from a dog's purpose, like the original masterfully was. The Because the human characters in this shitty remake get just as much screen time and focus on the camera as the dogs. I mean, we see the human characters' faces in this uh, remake infinitely more than we did in the original, and that is one of the biggest detracting factors of this remake. Calling this dog turd of a remake predictable would be such an understatement. Not only is it attempting to be the exact same movie as the original every single millisecond to mimic all that manipulative nostalgia just to get you to see it, but it leaves out the wrong scenes from the original. You know that iconic zoo scene from the original when Tramp convinces a beaver to remove Lady's muzzle? It's not in this remake. They take the zoo scene out. Instead, they replace it with a scene that is in 1 billion times more forgettable, when Lady just gets her muzzle off by yanking it off a statue in a park. You think people are gonna remember the statue scene more than the zoo scene? Fuck no. And this remake had the audacity to kiss the We Are Siamese song from the original goodbye. Instead, it replaced, if you thought shortening the fuck out of Be Prepared in The Lesser King was a disgrace, just, I mean, what they do to the We Are Siamese song is just as disgraceful and despicable. They entirely retitle the song What a Shame, and they change the lyrics and everything, and they make the Siamese cats, they don't even make them sound Siamese, they make them sound like freaking gangsters or something. What the fuck am I watching here? Just watching this pathetic retread, it's like being forced fed a dog or shit. Like, you don't want it. This shit is like a dog urinating all over you. It's like a dog bite. And even the funnest song from the original, He's a Tramp, while they don't retitle the song or anything, this version sounds cheesy. And worst of all, they and worst of all, it destroys the most beloved part of the original movie, the Bella Notte scene. F. Murray Abraham in this remake plays a Tony, the restaurant owner, and while I I am a F. Murray Abraham idolizer, as he did voice Grimmel in How to Train Your Dragon 3 The Hidden World last year, but he follows up that role with this shite. I mean, he just agreed to do this role just to get a mammoth paycheck from Disney. He should have been smarter than that. An actor of his talents, and he sings this version of Bella Notte, and his singing S-U-C-K sucks. Seriously, when he sings the song, it sounds like this. Oh, I'm in this remake. What the fuck am I doing? Oh, I wish I could go back to DreamWorks. That is how somber and how low-pitched he sings. It's a chore to even listen to it without headphones, and even when you can hear it, it's as if a sharp object is piercing right through your ears. It hurts like shit. And during that fake insult to the intelligence of everybody who ever loved the Bella Notte scene, I just wanted to plunge my face into that fake spaghetti and do this. And Tessa Thompson as Lady, that's right, Valkyrie from the 4 movies, voices Lady. I mean, she should have also known better than to not be manipulated by the cash that Disney would offer her for this role, but she makes Lady sound far older than she's supposed to be. Lady is supposed to be a younger dog who is growing up in the world, and Ashley Jensen voices Jock, and she sounds underage for the role. So this Jock has none of the wisdom that the original Jock had. Trusty's smell was such a huge deal to the characters in the original, but when they address his loss of his smell here, nobody gives 2 shits, and they even force in this bad backstory for Tramp that makes 0 sense. How he was once a house dog, but his owners just left him on the street after they has a child of their own. I'm like, that is just to force chemistry between him and Lady. That isn't the purpose of his character. He isn't supposed to turn his back on house dog life because he was rejected. No, I mean, the purpose of him not guessing why Lady would want to return to her family was because he never had what she has. He's spent his entire life as a street dog. So screw you, remake. That does not make you So screw you, remake. That does not give the characters more depth than the ones from the original. Your remake is still a total shit. And you know one of the most intense scenes in the original when Tramp defends Lady from the alley dogs? Well, this remake stripped that scene of literally all tension by just having Lady run into some alley dog that is just played for cheap gags, and Tramp just easily chats him into walking away. Well, fuck me, a scene that had us darn right concerned for Lady in the original was fucked up to be played for cheap laughs. Well, that's common in this remake, to be honest, and also Darling and Jim Dear, they fire Aunt Sarah far earlier in this remake because they return home earlier in this remake than they did in the original, but in this version, they are the ones that have Tramp sent to the pound for because they are the ones that think that Tramp attempted to harm the baby after Tramp defeated the rats. And I'm just like, Disney, stop it. So Darling and Jim Dear would never presume that Tramp was would ever harm their child. No, that was what Aunt Sarah was there for. It makes sense Aunt Sarah was the one to send Tramp to the pound in the original because of her prejudice to dogs, but not Darling and Jim Dear. No, they are the opposite of that. They are dog adorers. They made extraordinarily dumb changes that infuriated me to the core. Like, a lady literally stands in front of the carriage that's carrying Tramp to the pound. Then the carriage falls over, and Tramp is presumed dead, lying there on the ground. But we know he comes back to life, and sure enough, he's up on his feet nearly instantly after you predict that. Remember how Disney had us weeping after Trusty broke his leg in the process of rescuing Tramp from the wagon in the original? Well, Trusty doesn't get that heroic moment in this remake. No, none of our heroes get a single heroic act here. So yeah, fuck this gigantic steaming pile of dog shit remake hard that nobody wanted in the first place. I give the shitty Lady in the Tramp remake 2019 0 stars out of 5. Fuck this dog shit remake. Watch anything on Disney Plus but this. So yeah, if you're thinking of downloading Disney Plus, don't watch The Lady in the Tramp remake. Just watch The Mandalorian. Just watch Stargirl. Just watch Marvel and Star Wars and Avatar and all the Disney classics on there. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my first extreme rants in what feels like years now. And what are your thoughts on this Lady in the Tramp remake? And which do you like better, the original or this? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'll see you all next time when I continue the James Bond reviews. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.